The number one key to managing multiple businesses and doing it effectively is to manage your schedule and not let your schedule manage you. Oftentimes when I talk to people that are looking to build a side hustle or looking to start multiple businesses, they struggle to try to find out how they would make time for that business. And the answer is, if you just simply look for time in your schedule, you'll never actually find it. I think we all know that we will always fill up our days with stuff unless we specifically manage and put something in our calendar to make sure that we do that rather than something else. My video production business is obviously the main thing that I do, but I also have this pressure washing company, which I really enjoy and which I'm trying to build as well. So I'm very specific about how I manage my schedule so that I can have the time I need to be able to build this business while still making sure that I don't neglect the other businesses. The way that I do that is by really calendar blocking days that I'm going to work on certain things and days that I'm not going to work on other things. So for me right now, early week stuff, Monday or Tuesdays, are primary days that I really focus on the pressure washing business, and later week stuff is when I focus on scaling creative and when I focus on the bakery as well. But the bakery I only spend a certain amount of time in because my wife primarily runs that. But I don't look at my calendar each week and just decide, well, maybe if any free time opens up in my calendar, I'll take on a pressure washing job. I say Tuesdays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., for example, I can have availability to take on pressure washing jobs that come my way. So when I get a new lead for pressure washing, I put those dates in first, on those specific days first, to make sure that I can actually know I'm available for them. And vice versa. If I have a scaling creative client that wants to film specifically on a Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 3, most likely that's not going to be available. Now, of course, there are times that I move things around and I can adjust for that. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to not book things on top of those dates because I have to make sure I have some time available for that. That's not being rude to scaling creative clients. That's just letting them know when I'm available and when I'm not. It's no different what they do for you when you ask them when they can film or when they can have meetings with you. They look at their calendar and say when they're available and when they're not. It's the same thing that you have to do to be able to manage it yourself. Oftentimes I talk with people who are hesitant to, block off specific times or dates because they want to be available for their clients because they're afraid obviously of potentially losing the clients and all that. And I totally understand that philosophy. But you also have to understand that they know that you're also running a business and you have things going on. So just because they only have one specific time in their entire calendar available doesn't mean that you have to change everything just to make that happen, because simultaneously they also have to look for opportunities to work in your schedule at the same time. You're working for them as much as they're working for you, so there's always a balance. And I found that sometimes someone will send you, are you available at Tuesday at 8 a.m. and I'll look at my calendar and know I have something going on and I'll just try to adjust everything else to make it work. When oftentimes if I just respond back to them and say, unfortunately I don't, does this time work, they'll end up finding another time. They're naturally just going to look and throw you the first time they have available. Doesn't mean that it has to be exactly when you're available. Find a middle ground. It works, and you don't have to feel bad about it because they do the same thing to you. But if you basically make your entire calendar always available for anyone who wants to put something on it, then you're never going to find time to continue to build something else that you're trying to build because, well, at all times, you're basically filling up your schedule with everyone else's agendas. You also have to realize at the end of the day that no matter how much you actually plan for things, no matter how amazing you are at blocking out every minute of your day, things also can happen. In my case, something may come up with Scaling Creative or one of my other businesses that absolutely needs my attention immediately and I have to take care of it. It could be something with a client, it could be something with family, which is the most important. Certain things happen. So all I can do is make sure that I plan the best way that I can, hoping that it all goes as planned, but also just know that at the end of the day, certain things are going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. You don't need to get frustrated about it. You just need to do your stuff. If you have a bunch of things going on, you can always expect that there are going to be unexpected things happening. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Got to make it work. Entrepreneurship truly is about that, making it work. Now, along the lines of flexibility, here's what I'll say if you're someone that has employees. Obviously, it's a perk as a business owner to be able to do whatever you want with your time, but I think sometimes as business owners, we forget that our employees also have lives and also have things that just come up too, things they didn't expect. Maybe it's doctor's appointments, family emergencies, whatever it is. Maybe their dog is sick. I try the best I possibly can within reason to obviously have flexibility as well for my workers. If something comes up and they need to take the afternoon off, or the morning off, or maybe a whole day and work a different day or whatever it is, I try my best to be able to give that flexibility to them as well, because I feel like it's important to realize that as much as things just pop up on your schedule out of nowhere that you didn't expect, it also happens the same way with them. And if you give them flexibility, and if you let them know that obviously you understand that they are also just living a life just like you are, and things happen, I feel like it goes a long way to try your best to keep people. So the moral of the story is this: if you're trying to balance a lot of things at one time, or if you're potentially looking to start a new business or a new side hustle, whatever it is, you know that you have to schedule the time to make time. You can't just expect free time to come about and just use it when you see it, because it doesn't really ever exist. We will always fill our time with what we want to fill our time with.